What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Gigi here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. Before we jump in, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here and taking time out of your day to be supporting the channel. Thank you for doing, all of the things. Thank you for your comments, your likes, and just your energy in general. I appreciate you. I love you very much. I am grateful for you. We're going to see what Spirit has to say to you. I know I've been gone for a while. We're coming into the final week of school for this semester before summer classes, which fortunately I only have one of. And that'll give me more time to focus more on doing this with you guys. So just have a little more patience with me. I will get to it as soon as I'm able to, at least get to it more. Okay, so I am not going to use this right now. I'm having some allergies and I don't want to irritate that. So we're not going to do that. Let's just get our prayers and let's get going. Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides that have ascended to your highest white light to protect and guide me through this energy reading for our collective. Holy Spirit, please allow me to channel clear, honest, and precise messages for our collective. And please cast all evil and darkness away. Send it back to its sender tenfold. However manyfold. Doesn't matter. Please and thank you. Alright. I feel like somebody's trying to wiggle their way out of some consequences. Like, okay, if I beat you at rock, paper, scissors, you take 10 years off my sentence. If you win, karmic towers can hit whenever or right away. I don't know. It's like somebody's trying to gamble with God. Like, if you let me, if you extend my sentence this many years to allow me to have fun for this long, I'll do X, Y, and Z. Spirit's saying, no, it doesn't work like that. Either you take the blessing as it's handed to you, or you don't. And that's where free will comes into play. And then the cycle will then determine, the cycle at that point will then be determined by whoever this is that I'm picking up on's choice. It's like somebody feels like they're facing major awakening. They can sense it, and it's like they're facing spiritual court, and they're like, Spirit, look, if we play like rock, paper, scissors for this, or if we flip a coin or we do whatever, I take heads, you take tails, and go from there. Or if I win 2 out of 3, can we do it like this? Like, I feel like somebody's trying to barter, and, finagle and kind of talk their way through whatever maze it is that they're trying to get through to get Spirit to either lighten the load or, prolong an awakening so they can continue having fun with whatever nonsense that they're having. I feel like somebody has a dark, dirty side. Like somebody's got some dirty little secrets. I feel like someone has a real dark side. Like they got a devil side, man. They have got a very dark side. Like when their dark side gets tapped into, oofa, ifa, afa. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel, yeah. I don't like what I see, but I see Hugh Hefner with devil horns. Like somebody wants to be a playboy and they got a real dark side about it. They like what they like and they like having variety. And they don't want to be focused and set on just one person. Sorry, I have an itch on that. Okay. they're not ready to settle down. They want to stay in this devil energy. They like it there. They like feeling powerful. They like the money. They like the girls. They like the drugs. I see somebody taking lines like it's 1960 something or 1970 something. Whatever era you want to put it in. You can put it in the 80s, wherever. You play whatever. Play the fiddle however you play it, okay? But this one's got a party like a rock star kind of energy. Yeah, party like a rock star. Yeah. This one wants to be at the club drinking, taking lines of blow, getting some dome from some pretty girls that may like to be, that may be strippers, or the mindset of like sugar babies. He likes pretty girls. He likes Barbie dolls. He likes people he can dress up and play with and spoil and treat nice, but get it how he wants to get it and be the boss of it because he's got the money. But he knows he's facing something major, and it's like he's trying to prolong the inevitable. Either facing God or having an awakening or whatever the case may be. He's trying to prolong it however he can. He's not ready. Mentally, he's childish. Thank you, Spirit. Music. Well, I'm gonna take it like this. It's time. It's Spirit's time, and he's gonna have to face the music one way or another, whether it's now or 50 years from now. At some point, he's gonna have to face the music, and it's best to do it when you're younger, so you have the stamina to go through the spiritual healing that you need to go through. Because the more change you put on that chain that's basically weighing you down into your devil energy and forcing you to stay there, that's, okay, think about it like this. You ever see the Christmas Carol where Scrooge is visited by the three ghosts, but his friend Jacob Marley came through from the other side, bared down by this massive chain with all of the money boxes and all of that. And he says, you basically forge it as throughout the course of your time here. Well, this is the kind of concept that I'm talking about. If you're going to build this chain, you're going to have to break it down before you go see Spirit, because all that's weighing you down is going to follow you on the, throughout your ascension process. And the thing is if you can't get rid of that chain in this life cycle, guess what? Depending on what you do here will determine what happens next. Remember that. You can either ascend and be with Spirit and do whatever it is that happens in the purest white light, or you can come back here, recycle, have to learn the lessons all over again, have to do this all over again in whatever variety it's going to be for you next time, or it could be worse for you at that point, depending on what you do. I would hate to, it's the truth of it all. It's the truth of it all. It's the sad truth, but it is the truth. I feel like this person has a bright potential, bright future, and could have a lot of beautiful things if they just got their head out of their tush and stop having this power, this need for power, like I was talking about, wanting to feel powerful, the money, the girls, the position maybe in life, in their community and work, whatever, makes them feel powerful, and they don't want to lose that by having to settle down and learning the lessons that they need to learn by, quitting whatever drugs that they're doing. I see cocaine like heavy, the drinking, the smoking, the nasty, like whatever intoxicants that they're putting in their body and whatever toxins that they're consuming, whether it be through food or drink or alcohol or whatever. they don't want to have to face it. They would rather just live like it's 1999 and people think that they're going to wake up on, January 1st, 2000, then everything's going to fall apart and the apocalypse is going to happen. Like, this person's literally living each and every day like it's their last. And the thing is the harder they party, the closer to that goal, the end goal there it's coming up a lot faster than they anticipate if they keep going in this direction. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like embracing life and facing things at face value, sometimes you need something to get you through some certain periods to kind of keep things mellow. I mean, cannabis is great for that, but then again, I'm not a doctor yet, so I can't prescribe that. But as your friend, I'd say lay off the alcohol and the the hard drugs and just smoke the weed, man. Get down and listen to some tunes. I mean, write it out. I mean, I see somebody like maybe needing to put on their headphones and just write, whether it's journaling and getting their feelings out, or writing poetry, or writing music, or writing a story, or writing whatever it is that they choose to write. But sometimes somebody needs to brain dump however they brain dump. And sometimes the music is what they need. So it might be, time for whomever needs to hear this to sit down and just get creative with their words. What does that say? Partnership. The partnership might not necessarily mean a collaborative union between two people. I'm talking about the partnership about the music and the writing. It might come hand in hand. Somebody might need to listen to music to feel inspired to create music, or the music is going to inspire somebody to create poetry or to create writings of some sort that could be the boost in the next tax bracket. It could be anything. It may give them an opportunity to be the CEO of their own life, and become a powerhouse on their own, or if their twin can get out of their devil energy, or this person may get the opportunity of becoming an actual independent powerhouse if they're able to get themselves clean, sober, and get their mess in a pile. They may be able to do this for themselves by finding an outlet that allows them to stay sober, that they really truly love and enjoy. This also could reference somebody's partnership with Most High and how they utilize their connection with Him to communicate what and how they want things in their life to happen. Okay? This partnership between you and Spirit needs to be solid too. So remember, with abundance comes blessings, and with blessings needs to come gratitude. Okay? For everything, even down to the breath in your lungs, okay? Now, I think the detox is somebody might be scared of having to detox. Ooh, look, it's confirmation about the awakening. And as I was talking about it, somebody might be afraid of having to detox, which is what's going to come with this awakening, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to have to cleanse their body. They're afraid of the vomiting and the possible, GI issues that comes with detoxing, and the fear of how long it will take for them to go through it. They may have been utilizing some things for a very long time, and they're afraid of what's going to happen. Okay, vision and peace. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Okay, this person may have gotten a vision. And that's why they're in their head, like, kind of like, come on, Spirit, rock, paper, scissors, best out of 3. No, okay, they may have been going like 100 rounds, and Spirit's like, okay, enough is enough. I win every time. I know all of the things. I know your moves before you even make them. I know how this is going to end. Just do as I tell you. And they're like, no, I really want to, I really don't want to go through this right now. And Spirit's like, okay, well, then you can keep going. You can keep going. You can keep going. Eventually, you're going to have to face it when you could either face it as graceful as it's going to get for you at this point, or you can wait until we have to meet face to face in order for you to have that light bulb moment that I'm being serious. This person knows they want peace in their heart, but in their mind has them all wrapped up in the lifestyle that they're in. It's because of the intoxicants. They can't seem to shake it. And it's all because of reflection of what's going on with their twin flame. These twin flame journeys, yo, like, I was listening to another reader that I like to listen to. Her name's Mystic Beauty. If you guys haven't checked her out, you should. But she was saying that these twin flame journeys are extraordinarily difficult. And I'm like, yes, preach it, sister, because this mess is no joke. Okay? Especially when you do have the gift of vision like myself, and you get to, receive message on top of message on top of message, and you have to weed through all of the messages that come through on a regular basis and figure out which message goes where. And it's like, sometimes spirit will show you things and you're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense why you put me through this and that and this and that. And it's like, these twin flame journeys are no joke. They are not for the faint of heart. And I could understand if this person has any inkling. I mean, their spirit, like their soul knows what they are meant to face. They don't want to do it. Consciously, subconsciously, they just don't want to. They don't want to face the music. Not in this timeline, because they fear the consequences. I mean, I would not want to burn for no damn reason, like the fiery pits of, I've seen what hell could be like. And it's not, see, here's the thing is, people can, like the conception, excuse me, let me see if I can say this right. People perceive hell as a lake of fire, okay? Yes, but it's more about what happens, okay. Say, for instance, you have a terrible fear of spiders. It's basically locking your soul in its worst fear. If you fear dying alone, your body will have to relive, like kind of like Groundhog's Day, relive dying alone over and over and over again in your own personal hell. And the dark one gets to feed off the energy of your fear and your regrets and your sorrow and all of those things. That's what hell is. I wouldn't live with my worst fears. No. Nothing in this life is worth that. Nothing. No amount of money, no drugs, no man, no nothing. No nothing is worth my soul. No nothing. I love my life. I love my family. I love my people. I love this place to an extent. My love for God and myself overpowers all of that. For the sheer fact of the matter is that this life is only temporary. What happens to me after this is forever. You understand? And that's how we have to look at this. And if you want to live in peace, okay, understand that you can have a whole lot more power when it comes to this life if you step into your divinity and you become the emperor or empress that you are meant to be, and you go through the change and you heal. The kind of power that you're going to have to be able to use those words to be able to pass this knowledge along to somebody else that could help change this world for the better and make it better for those that come after us, to not have to go through this so hard, by healing those vicious cycles, by stepping out of terrible patterns that we've created for ourselves, by not allowing the judgment of others affect what we choose to do in this lifetime, and choose to stand strong in our own power and stand strong in our own truth, and to use our free will for the good and for the benefit of yourself and everybody around you, and doing everything you do with the purest of hearts and intentions. Okay? Stepping into your awakening, it's not easy, especially when you think you're going absolutely bonkers. Let me tell you something, okay? Personal story. The first time I realized, because I always kind of knew I had like something going on, like I always kind of had this cunning, an inkling. I always just kind of knew. My intuition was always kind of on point, whether I listened to it or not. Totally different story, but it was always like there. I always kind of knew. And, you know, when I first got my first real download, premonition, whatever, okay, I freaked out a whole lot of way, lotta. Yeah. I sure did. And if I would have blocked it at that point, I would have been missing out on a lot of things. This journey's been hard, but it's been incredible. Getting me out of my shell, getting me to do things that I haven't done in 20 years. Like, let me look. I feel more comfortable talking about it now, but I performed this past weekend. Today is Sunday. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. Hold on, let me look. It's May 21st, 2023. And the last time I performed was 20 years ago for my senior year in high school. Okay. And this weekend I performed in my college's choir for the community. Wasn't a very big crowd, but I mean 150 people, 200 people, whatever. Accumulative over 2 days. Not bad for a community college, you know, with not a whole lot of advertisement. So that's pretty cool. Still, it's been 20 years. I got on that stage and I owned it and I did my best and I had a great time. Didn't even feel, maybe I had like a quarter of an ounce of nerves for like a total of 2 seconds, and then I got over it real quick. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. It was nice to do that. And if I wouldn't have stepped into my awakening, I wouldn't have gotten to this point where now I'm about to finish my 3rd semester of college. I'm stepping into my sophomore year. I'm getting ready to finish it out strong. The next year is going to be tough, but it's going to be so worth it. I'm going to have so much fun and it's going to be amazing. And I would have never done this if I wouldn't have stepped into it. People need to understand that, yes, they may fear the process of healing. However, they need to understand that it's only temporary. Let's just say this. We'll give it 1 month, 1 to 3 months of your entire existence to have to face traumatic pain and trauma that you're going to have to heal. Because and I'm saying this from experience. I've gone through rehab, okay? I put myself in outpatient rehab right after I got discharged from the military for the misuse of cocaine, okay? And I had to, I had to face my music. Believe me, I didn't want to. I was forced to. And it wasn't forced to by the Most High. It was forced to by the military. And I really wanted to get my stuff in a pile to get, back in if I could, to change my RE code to at least get me to a point where I can go face the Navy board and everything like that. And anyway, but I did it. I had to sober up. Believe me, I didn't stop. When I got discharged, I was sober for the time I was in the brig. I got out and that was the end of it. I was not ready to stop when they put me in. Believe me. I didn't stop until a year and a half later when I put myself in rehab, when I was like, okay, what's my life going to turn into? I really screwed this up. I really want to go back. Yeah. The thing is if Spirit's trying to wake somebody up before they screw up and they end up like the Gigi and ruin everything that they may have worked their behinds off for, if you don't want to lose that powerful position that you may have at your job or in your community, you may want to take Spirit's offering to you, because this may be your last chance to save yourself, embarrassment, and a bunch of other things, by giving you an opportunity to do it on your own before it's forced upon you like it was to me. Okay, that's how I know this isn't my story. I know when it's mine, I wouldn't be putting this out if it was. Okay. Whoever this is, this will bring you peace. See, okay, You see her, I feel like this is the person that needs to detox, the one that needs to come off of whatever intoxicants, whether it's alcohol, drugs, poor food choices, whatever it is. Spirit's offering that flower to you. This is Spirit right here, putting this offer to you, saying, look, I know you doing wrong. I know you what you're doing is going to hurt you. I know that you know who you need to remind yourself who you are. I'm offering you this olive branch, if you will, to give you peace in this life, to help you get to a point where you can ascend and not have to come back here to do this again. And it requires you to have faith and find your inner truth, find your inner power, find your inner courage, and possibly get blessed with something that might be a gift of some sort of vision, whether it be, to be able to, the vision I'm seeing is somebody having a muse, or knowing when their muse's energy or their higher self is with them and pushing them to express their emotions creatively, whether it be through writing, painting, music, photography. I see two people on a motorcycle and the girls on the back taking photos, traveling the country or the world on a motorcycle, just seeing beautiful places. And the person that she wraps her arms around, whoever's maneuvering the bike and being in control, that person is her inspiration, knowing that when they look into their eyes, it's like the glue that keeps this person together, and it inspires them to take stunning photos of beautiful places as they're riding along the highway. Creatively, it's going to be powerful. What it's going to create, it's going to be astonishing. Administration. Let me get the book on this one. I want to read what this means. I don't even want to assume, but it's Archangel Uriel. He will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. Deuteronomy, oh my gosh, I can never say it. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. But 31:6 of the Bible. Uriel is the spirit of ministration and peace. Whenever the name of God is invoked, Uriel responds instantly with as much love, healing, faith, and courage as can be received. He helps turn our worst disappointments into our greatest blessings. Sometimes it takes the death of our most cherished dreams in the form of an unpleasant experience in order to realize the birth of new life, understanding, and opportunity. His fire is an inspiration. When your heart breaks and you cry, God help me, Uriel and his legions come to bring you peace. Be open and willing to accept the response. Doubt, guilt, and shame only reduce the impact of the response you may feel when accepted. When fully accepted, everything you need in your moment of despair will be provided. Uriel teaches you to develop stability and certainty from life's pressure and encourages you to be faithful as he guides you through the difficult times without fear. When you fail, Uriel cheers you on to try again. When you succeed, he attends your celebration while nurturing a well-balanced poise. When you take yourself too seriously and strain of an inflated ego exhausts you, he guides you back to the truth. This angel, Uriel Collective, he is the angel. He's a humbling angel. It feels like seems like he wants to balance out the scales here, and he tries to keep people's spirit and ego in check. The thing is, here's what Spirit's trying to explain to me here. Let me get my my clarity crystal here. Spirit's trying to say this person has been internally, because they're not voicing it. They don't want anybody to ever hear them sound weak. Okay? This person is screaming on the inside to be released from the chains that they've put themselves in with these intoxicants. They just want to be unleashed. Their soul wants to explode out of their cage, wants to defeat the devil that has been consuming this person. Okay? This angel's trying to guide this particular person back, okay, to get themselves in check, because Spirit truly knows this person is desperate for his help. They just don't want to face it. They don't want to face the music on the bottom. Miracles. It's going to take a miracle of God to get this person back on board. I don't ever read. These are not meant to be read upside down. Okay? This miracle is going to purify the whole situation. Yeah. And it's going to help this person shift their vibration, which may lead to a twin flame unity. Could lead to a whole lot of prosperity as well. On the bottom, underneath it all, if everything can go smoothly, if this person can let go of control, release control, surrender, all of that, there could be a whole lot of abundance that could come out of this financially. Like that whole come back to the, let's circle back to the whole tax, next tax bracket thing that I was picking up on earlier. Yeah, that could very well be at the underlining, one of the underlining benefits of this whole situation is the abundance, the financial and monetary abundance, okay, that comes with this. The thing is somebody has to face the facts and the truth. Somebody has to come clean about it all. I say that and my stomach just, energy surge. Yeah. Somebody's going to have to come forth and tell the truth. And they're going to have a whole lot of evidence to kind of back what they're going to say, too. There might be physical proof, piles of it, of their affection and emotions. They may be pouring out and spilling out all of their, all of the things that they've locked up and kept to themselves. They're going to want to pour it out to you and unpack a whole lot of, internal boxes that, need to come out and be talked about. Things that they should have said, apologies, truths that need to be told, all kinds of things. I feel like this person has a laundry list as long as Santa's naughty and nice list to go over with you and tell you and talk to you about things that they have been wanting to talk and tell you about since the separation. They want to tell you about all the things that they've gone through, all of the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, the rounds and around and around they go, the choices and decisions they've had to make, all of that. And they want you to know, even at this moment now, you're already their strength. They already see you. They may be watching. Okay. For now, Spirit's saying, don't trip. They're not at a dangerous point. They're just admiring your glow up, basically. And it's giving them the motivation they need to back off whatever it is that they're doing enough to get some kind of something from above. They maybe have laid off a lot since the separation. No, they may have picked up a lot more after the separation when they realized that boundaries were set in place and that you were not joking this time. Yeah, they may have packed on, the pounds. They may have picked up the pace with whatever it was that they were doing. Like maybe by double. They may have doubled the amount that they were consuming. If it was one handle, now it's closer to 1.5 to 2. If they were doing 1 8-ball, it's like closer to 1.5 to 2. Like and when I say 8-ball, it's not plain like pool. I'm talking about of cocaine, 1/8 of an ounce of cocaine. An ounce of cocaine is a lot. Everything's done in grams. If you want to know, I will tell you. Everything's done in grams. So, yes. So not only do you have one nice big pile of cocaine, now you've got two doing all that shit. Holy crap, man. Excuse my language, I know. I've been doing really well with the cutting back on the cussing. I apologize. I'm sitting here just because Spirit tells me things in picture. So how I see this is like he's showing me. Unfortunately, I've been since 2007, which is how many years ago? So 16 years ago? 16 years sober now. Minus a handful of like little, I have like a couple of little pinpoints of in time where I got the grace of God to keep my sobriety level where it was because it didn't hook me like it did the first time. And fortunately now I have a good grip on what goes on with me when I see these things, that the chemical fluctuation in my brain that happens when I see this, the levels shift, and now it's like it doesn't do what it does anyway. But when you see two big piles of cocaine and you want to cut up big fat lines and take $100 bill and just start blowing lines left, right into the center, it could be hard to step away from that, especially when you're consuming as much as I see this person consuming, man. Like, even for somebody like me that used to do a lot of cocaine, that's excessive and very dangerous. Even the amount I was doing was dangerous, but this is twice as dangerous as what I've ever seen. Like, this person may have like that drug money, like they may have good money coming in from their job and whatever, like they may have a gambling thing. Like, from the beginning of this, I felt like this person wanted to gamble with Spirit, so they may have a gambling thing. So they may be really good at gambling. They may have a good knowing. They may have a cunning, just like Gigi does. And they may have the gift of sight. And the thing is it's skewed because of how much drugs and alcohol this person may be consuming. And they're making really bad decisions. So they may be losing money, but they may have money. Like, you know what I'm saying? They may have money to lose, and it's not so much of a burden because they have that high-powered job, that high-paying job, and, so at least they have security if the gambling kind of goes south. They have something to kind of fall back on. The thing is I feel like there are people at this person's job that are getting suspicious of something going on, especially with the drinking and the partying and the nonsense. Maybe they're getting caught up in lies. Saying they were doing one thing, but in reality they were doing another. Like, for example, if they were supposed to be, I don't know, they're on duty, they're working on the weekends, right? And they're on call. And say, for instance, they're supposed to be logged in on their computer at a certain time to check in, and they were like 30 minutes late checking in when they're supposed to be at home doing this specifically, like getting paid an enormous amount of money to do this. Overtime is usually time and a half or double time, depending. So, if you're making $50 an hour, that's now, $100 an hour that they're paying you. And if you're working, we'll say like 5 hours on Saturday, 5 hours on Sunday, that's $1,000 in 2 days. And if you're not showing up on time and they're asking you why, and you're telling them, one thing, but then, if you're using company credit cards or whatever, like they're putting two to two together, and this person's is not holding up to the end of the, the honest stick here for what they're used to on this person. Like, this person may have a track record of being on point, very like military, like discipline kind of. Like, this person may have very good work ethics. They may have, I don't know if they've served, or they like may have the mindset of somebody like a military person where it's drilled into their head that you are always 15 minutes early or you are late. You know what I'm saying? So, and this person's now 30 minutes late when this person's always 30 minutes early. You know what I'm saying? Something's not matching up, and somebody's like now being put on the radar when it comes to the honesty and, you know, being truthful about what's going on. You know, why are some random charges being charged to the credit card? Like, things are getting bounced back on somebody's company credit card because they're spending too damn much. Like, somebody's been door dashing for and putting it on the company card. And the thing is they may be getting like elaborate meals where it's like $150 to $200. And they're like, what the hell are you buying? Like, what kind of McDonald's are you getting? Oh, and then look what pops out. They may be doing something for one of their little sugar babies and using the company credit card to do it so they don't have to pay out of pocket. Another way that this person thinks that they're being smart and slick about being financially savvy and saving their money to do stupid stuff like drugs and alcohol and doing it on the company's freaking credit card. Oh, snap. And then we got this whole stack that says love isn't fair. Yeah, love isn't fair. There's an artist. Close that distance. And the first in my family to finish college. This person may come from a long line of people, that ancestors that may come from money. You know, like one person in their family might have struck oil or were ranchers, and or something where they got a lot of money somehow, and it just the business or the finances through trusts and things kind of carried down, and they really just never, you know, expanded their education past, you know, whatever high school or whatever it was, you know, homeschool that they did. This person may have a little bit of an ego and complex and think that they're above people because they may have a degree in something. They may have gone and got a bachelor's or a master's or something in a field that makes them a lot of money, and now, you know, they act pompous. But deep down inside of them, they just want to be at home drinking a glass of wine and maybe smoking a cigar and painting, listening to classical music and thinking of the most beautiful person that they've ever seen, that they may be in separation from, that they need to close that distance to. And this terrible lies may not just be revolving around work. I feel like these terrible lies revolve around everything in this person's life. And because of this lifestyle and the fact that this person would literally like to gamble with God to keep the lifestyle going that they have, instead of facing the truth of what their life is meant to be, which may just be somebody that writes music for somebody, or that creates beautiful art, does whatever job that they do, you know, may go and, you know, whatever little gambling games that they like, if they keep it within reason and they're mature about it. Like, they may be able to do that, but they won't be able to, no more drugs, no more partying, no more hookers, no more prostitutes, no more sugar babies, no more strippers, none of that other thing getting on the straight and narrow. Like, they like having that party lifestyle. They want to live like they're Hugh Hefner. And in their mind, love isn't fair. They feel like their heart should, you know, their heart knows what it wants. They just can't accept it. Maybe because of their parents. Maybe they were not raised in a very loving and, you know, kind home. Daddy may have had a lot of sugar babies on his arm if he had a lot of money, and he kept mom quiet and pacified her with a bottle. Maybe she was a heavy drinker, liked her wine or her whiskey or whatever it was that she enjoyed drinking, and left whoever this particular person is to their own devices. And this is the outcome. Instead of having, you know, a stay-at-home parent that was loving and caring and nurturing and compassionate, yeah, that was involved in their schooling, that didn't just send them off to boarding school, that was actually involved. The best thing you ever did for me was walking away from me. The thing is I'm being told about the love isn't fair part might have had to do with this. is that he may have loved his mother. She may have loved her daddy, however it is. And they may have walked away because there was fights about the parents and somebody had to raise somebody as a single parent, and resentment and grudges were formed. Instead of allowing that separation between parents to benefit this person mentally, they held on to it too tightly and they held a grudge against the parent that walked away. Instead of thinking, the fact that it was better for everybody. That may have saved, people from drinking. That separation may have saved somebody from drinking or consuming drugs themselves or eating themselves into diabetes or, heart disease. But I feel like this person is holding on to it and feeling like his problems stem around from the whole single parent thing. They were raised by a dad a single parent. Was it dad? It might have been mom. I'm being shown a man. Saw a dad glowing up and having the time of his life with a beautiful woman on his arm, while he was stuck dealing with seeing mom falling apart, drinking herself into a stupor. His mother was a raging alcoholic and abusive verbally, mentally, and maybe even physically. The thing is it was meant for this person to learn to be independent, not be a woman hater, to stand on their own 2 feet, to give them the motivation to get through college. They had it easy financially. Daddy may have spent a lot of money in alimony and child support to keep the peace. Spent time with the kid, on the nose big time. Quite a bit, actually. But it was fun, because the responsibility of this child's raising in this world in their eyes, because they may have been traditional, was in the hands of the mother, not the father. So the father was more like this guy's best friend and taught him everything that he was, because it may have been a trait passed down from generation to generation. And even though this kid, whoever this man is or kid or whoever this is, knows in their heart that it's not the right thing, they do it because daddy does it or did it, and they want to be cool like daddy, be compassionate to all those around them. The thing is this person may very well have the heart of gold. Very driven and focused, wanting their parents to be proud of them and can live up to everything, every expectation, and is driven and focused and hardworking like this person has it in them. The thing is the compassionate side that this person has, that come around this artistic side, that may have been brought out by this artistic side, or this artistic side was created because of how emotional this particular masculine is. Excuse me. This person's father may have handed them a paintbrush and canvas or something and said, instead of talking about your feelings, paint them, draw them, write about them, do something other than speak about them, because we are men and we are strong and we don't show that side. That's for the women. Okay? And the thing is that innocence was meant to be a protection barrier for this particular man. Okay? However, because of the way this person was raised, the time, the era in which this person was raised was not of what it is now. This person may be of a time, we'll say, like, may have been born in the 50s or the 60s, and, raised through you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, well, 80s and 90s, 70s and 80s, and then kind of were left to their own devices in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, that time frame. Yeah, like that's the energy of what I'm seeing. I would say like the butt end of the boomers, early end of Generation X. Yeah, like that time frame, like that's the energy of the people, because I know that there's still people that are raised like this, but not as harshly as they were back then. And that's the kind of feeling like their parents may have been like children of the Depression. Like that's the kind of age range. And I know that age range very well because that's the age range of my parents. And I know the age range of their parents. And that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting, is because that's just the way they were back then. Traditional, traditional. Yeah. And the thing is collective, if you are this person's other half, they do for sure love you very much. Okay, the other card is health and fitness, if you're wondering. They do love you very much. And the thing is the reason they may have treated you the way that they did and didn't want to face the fact, and this may also be the reason why they don't want to face the awakening too, okay, is because they know that you are the polar opposite of what would be acceptable by their people, okay? But their heart yearns for you in a very, very serious way, okay? Very serious way. You are the reason this person paints, writes, plays their piano, plays their guitar, plays their violin, plays their trumpet, whatever it is that they do. You are the reason. Okay? Loves health and fitness. The thing is that may be you. You may be the person that is meant to like get this person to realize that their body, their physical meat sack like this, is the temple for a divine soul. And you may be the person that gets this person to do the yoga or the dancing or whatever it is that y'all are going to do to get healthy, or whatever it is that you like to do to get healthy. The thing is this person needs to be faced with this awakening. Spirit's going to do it one way or another, and how it happens is going to all be determined on how this person just acts and behaves. Wild, free, forward thinker. This may be your energy. Okay. I always like to say this, you know, the Little Mermaid, Princess Ariel is a mermaid, Prince Eric is a human. Like, how much more opposite could you be? One lives on land, one lives in the sea. That's how different the two of you are. One of you may be, this person may be, you know, business executive, cowboy, hippie, or cowboy, not a hippie, a cowboy, you know, with deep southern roots that come from, you know, people like their ancestors would call weed the devil's lettuce. Like that's the kind of roots that they may come from. Like I feel a real southern twang to this. Okay, they may come someplace, I don't know, anywhere in the deep south. Okay, anywhere you pick a place, that's where they could be, or that could be the concept of this person's personality. And you may be as wild and free as a hippie, you know, wanting to go live out by the Golden Gate Bridge and, you know, protest and be free and peace, love, and unity, man. Like all of that. That's how different. This artist, you know, trait may be what attracted this person to you, is because you may walk around like a piece of art. You may wear the most over-the-top outrageous clothes. You may have the most over-the-top outrageous hair. You know, you may walk around dressed kind of like, I don't know, take the top half of that and just, you know, real alternative, real different, real, you know, not something you'd see in Vogue unless it was for a special occasion kind of deal. Like, you are very unique in all of the ways. You have different sides to you. You are like the best layered cake in the world. Like, you have so many different sides to you. And this person, whoever your person is, like, they could never get bored with you. You're always changing. You're always evolving. You're always doing something. And that's what interests this person the most. They're afraid of what people are going to say about what you look like. You may be beautiful. You may have a classic elegance to you. The thing is that you don't dress plainly. You don't act like a classical woman. Like, you may be very modern, full of feminism. Like, that's how different you are to this person. And it scares them a little bit. You know, you may be a humanitarian that is very in tune with spirit, and you may very well be one that will go out and feed the poor and pray and ask spirit if it was a good enough, if you're doing a good enough job, if you're being obedient enough, if you're counting your blessings enough. And you're the kind of person that is very in tune with Most High, and you are very one with your spiritual choices, and this person doesn't understand. I know what you're doing, and it's not going to work this time. The thing is that's what Spirit's saying to this person, is this person knows that if they do X, Y, and Z, that it usually works to keep things balanced out. Spirit's saying enough is enough. You're going to have to pay the piper at some point. If you're not going to stay consistent, well, then you don't get consistent blessings. You don't get consistent results. You have to stay consistent. Okay? The thing is the reality of it may be making them nauseous, or it could be the fact that they've backed off significantly on whatever intoxicants it is usually. That could be what it is that I know what you're doing and it's not going to work this time, is this person may have backed off significantly. Let's say, okay, person's drinking a handle a day, which is usually a liter of whatever alcohol, right? And instead of that, they're just drinking a 6-pack of White Claw just to take the edge off of the shakes and the jitters. And usually when that happens, they do that for about a month and they lower their tolerance, and then they go back to throwing them back and drinking like the best of them. The thing is, the Spirit's saying, no more. It's not going to work like that. They keep screwing up. They keep doing the things that they're not supposed to just to be living up to what their parents want for them. It's everything that I'm saying here. Like, it's not going to work this time. Spirit sees it. Spirit sees it, and Spirit knows. And in order to protect the innocent like Spirit does, Spirit's going to force this person to wake up and see and bring it right to their face what the reality of the situation is. And it may come at a very interesting time, too. Homebody. Okay. This sick to this stomach thing. Spirit. Spirit is saying this is his way of keeping this person home and forcing them to stay home and sober up, making them sick to their stomach. And it's all because of what's going on in their mind. Their mind is playing tricks on them, but it's not really tricks. It's really like Spirit trying to get this person to see the door that's about to be open right in front of their eyes. Yeah. The thing is it's like they almost want to call you. It's like almost expect a phone call or an email or a text message or some kind of message from this person in regards to an awakening. If you've had one, this person may be coming towards you to ask for assistance on how to handle it. Spirit's attacking, not necessarily attacking their dreams, but it's like attacking their dreams. Your ancestors may be spiritually attacking this person and trying to like ward off the demons that surround this person. It may even be their ancestors included. Community privilege. Because people that are higher up in this person's family actually had pure hearts, there are some people of this person's family that have ascended to the purest white light that are there with Spirit, that are trying to guide this person away from it. Is there a lot of you guys? No, maybe a few. The community for this person on the side of the light is not very large, but with, they may be small, but they are mighty, and they're doing their part. The thing is they may have been trying to communicate with the collective and trying to guide collective to, maybe lightening the load on this person a little bit by backing off on some things. And the thing is collective is too powerful and strong to back off of any spiritual gift or privilege that they may have. And they do what they do for what their free will is they see fit and in accordance to what spirit say is cool. If they keep it kosher with spirit, it's all good. And that's the thing is in this case, if this masculine walked away from you, collective, it was the best thing that ever happened to you. You got to glow up. And the moment you made the choice to grow up, glow up, and boss up, yeah, the things that were shifted on this person's side. Let's say this, you opened a business. This person took a massive financial hit. It may be, let's say you put $10,000 into investing you invested $10,000. This person took a $10,000 or even $100,000 hit financially somewhere. That's how they started knowing something was off. You got into a new relationship, they broke it off with one of theirs. Like, say, for instance, they had a relationship, a good long-standing relationship of, we'll say, 6 or 7 years, and you were in a relationship for 6 or 7 years, and you broke it off, and you started a new relationship in their life. The second you got a new relationship, everything in their life started crumbling. The person that they thought that, they may have had some kind of something with, walked away. May have brought the thought of you into their mind, made them contact you and try something, trying to balance out the scales, but maybe subconsciously knowing or even actually consciously knowing something was going on. Like, the thing is once they were able to get you in their energy space, they started siphoning you. The thing is, the spirit allowed so much of it to happen because he wanted you to embrace the challenge, because it was all part of your awakening. The further into your awakening you went, the further away from grace this one went. That compassionate, nurturing, loving, peaceful, artistic side that this person had, the more you healed, the more you fixed, the further away from those things this person got and the closer to the dark side he went. Focusing more on the bad and bougie than being one and at peace with their heart and soul. It's all about focusing on money, the money mindset. The more you focus on money and getting a grip on yours and focusing on keeping a tight, firm hold on what you got going on with you, the looser their grip gets. It's like spirit saying, no more, enough is enough. If this man wants any of the luxuries that they had, if they want to get back to being bad and bougie, they better let go, put the bottle down and put it down for good this time. Planning a romantic getaway. Yep. Thing is if this person does not face the awakening and tries to do this to try to get a firm grip on the reins and try to get their power back, and beware STI, future STI at stake here. Somebody may have an undetected STI that may be incurable, and out of rage and passion, the heated passion, and not in a good way, this person may try to plan something to try to get you to give it up to them, to give them your power, and entrap you with whatever this incurable STI is as revenge and trying to take the soul of a divine being. Like this, the way that they want to try to balance out the scales is by infecting you. They don't like the fact that you are catching your dreams and going for what you want by starting a business, maybe going back to school, leveling up in work, putting more effort into your job instead of just like kind of slacking off, like actually doing something to benefit you and live up to the dreams that you have for your life. Yeah, they do not like it, because the further you do that, the more you do that, the further away from what they have always wanted they get. The further away from their security that they get, the more that they lose a good grip on their money. The harder you hold onto your money, the looser their grip is. And if money is where they find their power, and if it's fallen out of their pockets left, right, into the center, well, it may be the part of, the way that spirit has to get a point across to this person and, cause them to have an ego death that lets their heart out, lets that angel out of the proverbial cage that I've been seeing somebody's heart in for some time, and gets them to where they need to go, home, to you, collective, so they can be with the person that brings them peace. Yep. It's outrageous. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Okay. Escape mode activated. On the bottom, Debbie Downer. Karmic soulmate. I'm being shown karmic soulmate. Whoever this masculine's person is, whoever it is that may be walking away, like they've been holding on with everything that they had. I mean, bending over. I mean, the flexibility this person has with whoever this karmic soulmate is with them, okay, they should be with Circus Soleil. Like that's how much they've been bending over backwards trying to please this person. They may have been using, like I was saying about the company credit cards, buying exclusive, expensive dinners, like, I don't know, ordering takeout from the most expensive restaurant in town and, realizing how expensive it was and having to cancel the order because they didn't want to get in trouble, because they've been doing stuff for, like, I don't know, we'll say $75 here, $80 there, small little things like once a week getting dinner on, like, I don't know, a Friday night, and putting it on the company card through DoorDash or something like that, so it wasn't traced of where it was going. It just showed a charge being made on that credit card for DoorDash. May have been playing it off as, like, I don't know, food for the weekend to get them through, like meals or something for meal prep or whatever the case may be, and putting it all on there and then just drinking their money away. I don't know, but they were doing something crazy with the company credit card. And somebody may be backing off of it because they were getting pulled into the office about unexpected charges that just randomly started popping up, and he had to come up with a quick excuse. And the thing is this one had to pocket that card, or they may have taken it away and cut it up or something. I don't know. But this escape mode is this person's karmic soulmate is trying to, like, they're coming up with a very devious plan to escape, like a bandit with money bags. They want to try to take this person for all that they have, maybe getting them into a point where they're in their head and they're drinking. They may be feeding into their intoxicant behaviors, drowning this person's sorrows in alcohol, knowing what they like, and coming over in a really cute little outfit, with a bottle that has a bow, and saying, oh, I did this for you, Daddy, and I want you to have a good night. Let's have fun. And getting them into a mindset where they know that they can money, basically milk the cash cow's teat and get what they could out of them. And then, maybe give them a kiss or cutesy time or whatever it is that they do, and they want to dip. But this person's about to face a major, like, wipe out of the account. Like, we'll say somebody has, I don't know, $100,000. We'll just say $100,000 in the account, $10,000 in the account, whatever. Like they have one account that they have, we'll say sugar baby money in. That may be the only account this person knows of or knows how to access, but this person wants to come in and wipe it all the way out clean. $10,000 to $100,000, just wipe it out and dip. Take the card, basically like this. This person may have keys, access to the house, know where the credit card is, know that if they wanted to buy something that they can just, take the card, go get it. If they want to go get lunch or if they want to go get themselves a pair of shoes, they know where their credit card is. But this person may have access to the account or have their name on the account. They're going to wipe it clean and then they're going to bring the card back. All while maybe, their person's out of the house or at work or on lunch or whatever and they're not home. Basically, from the time they leave to the time they come back, that's all the time that they're going to have to get this card, get the money, and dip. So they're probably going to have their stuff already packed. If they're living together, the stuff's already packed and in the car and ready to go by the time that they're getting card and leaving and coming back and dropping it off and dipping. Like, strategically planning a way to escape by keeping this person in a depressed state of mind. Okay? Like, this tower is going to be devastating for this person. This ego death is going to be devastating to this person. Like, unless this person, married their karmic soulmate, without a prenup, like that could be as devastating as it gets. Like, this person ended up marrying this person and they clean him out, like not just the sugar baby account, I'm talking all the accounts, the trust fund, the everything, taking everything from this person right down to their chones and booting them to the curb. Like, if that's how serious Spirit has to make it, like, that's what Spirit's going to do. To get this person to realize they chose the wrong one. They made the choice on the wrong one. And then they're going to have to face coming back to you and facing the music. And the thing is you may have had so much time away from this person that you may have forgiven them and now you're ready to move on. And that's the end of that. Like, that, you don't want nothing more than that. But for some of you, you may get an opportunity to actually have a chance with this person if you still want it. But if you don't, you may get the closure that you desperately deserve. You may not need it anymore, but you desperately deserve it. So you may, either way, you may go pretty well with this. So let's get some overall messages from the tarot and see if there's anything else that needs to come out. Anything else, any other messages Spirit wants to give you. And then we'll wrap it up. And I'm going to go to bed. Even though I have school tomorrow, I have a lot of homework to do for my finals, so I still need to go to bed and be prepared for my day tomorrow. So, all right. All right, Spirit. What is the messages, Spirit? Okay, Spirit. Letting go of the past, focusing on the future, maturity, growing up, love, leaving home. Well, it's time. It's the Six of Cups in reverse, by the way. This person, whoever this masculine might be to you, it's all energy, so take it how it is. If they're able to let go of the past and heal themselves from the trauma of their family, what their parents did to them, they may be able to come out abundantly. Okay? If they can focus on the future and growing up, they will be given an opportunity. Like I said, underneath it all, there was prosperity. They will prosper from this if they are able to grow up and mature about all of this. The thing is if they don't, they're going to face that massive tower that's going to shatter all of their hopes and dreams. All of their worst nightmares are going to come true. They're going to be completely unhappy. They're going to be miserable because they're going to be out on their ass. Okay? And they're not going to feel fulfilled by any means. Okay? So if they don't want to let go of the past, this is what they're destined for. You, on the other hand, are already on your life's journey. You're already doing what you need to do. You're already being obedient. The world is already in your hands. That because of that, they're lacking success. They're in a stagnant situation and they're lacking achievement. They haven't progressed. They haven't moved up. They haven't gotten any increase in pay. They haven't done any of that since you two split. And they may be used to getting like every 6 months to a year, maybe getting a raise, a promotion, or some kind of like, I don't know, like bonus or something, some kind of recognition, some kind of something that makes them feel good and makes them feel accomplished, and they're not getting it. Okay, returning from travel or holiday restrictions, bad timing. The thing is that may be the start of this massive tower, as they may come home from vacation to find out that it says theft right here. They may come home from a weekend trip, and find out that they lost everything. Come home to the house a mess and ransacked, and all their stuff's gone, and their most prized possessions are damaged and destroyed. And it all could be with this person getting taken for everything that they're worth from the wrong one. 2 paths, 2 decisions. Well, it's going to be a wake-up call from the choice that they made. Success and victory, winning, having the advantage. The advantage here is whoever this karmic is, yeah, they have the high upper hand here, is because they may be strategically planning it. We'll say, let's say they're married. Husband wants to go out. It's Memorial Day weekend. They want to go fishing with the boys. He hands her, we'll say, five grand. Here, darling, take this. Go have yourself a nice 4-day weekend. I'm going to take my fishing pole and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z with my friends. You can reach me here. We're staying here. We're doing this there and all of this, that, and the next thing. Well, not only did homeboy hand her 5 grand to prepare for all of this, he also gave her a window of time, and not just like a 2-hour window of time. This, 3 to 4 days. Memorial Day weekend's 3 to 4 days long, 3 to 4 day window of time to prepare the house. Not only if it was to set up the house, to put cameras in it, to spy on what homie's doing when they're not around, or what is that, spirit? Okay. Or, go through everything top to bottom and see if there's anything, hiding under the carpet, so to speak, that this masculine may be hiding from their past, that they're trying to find as evidence of maybe cheating and a lifestyle that, they know that they're accustomed to, that they may not have let go of since that they were married. I don't know. They're literally opening up the doorway for their karmic to come in and wipe them clean. Because if there was a prenup, there may be some, like, I don't know, if you go, how in the back of a book there's like the appendix and the reference and the index and all of that. Yeah, there may be an appendix in whatever prenup that if they were, if this masculine was caught cheating or doing whatever it was, that they would have to relinquish all money, we'll say. And the thing is whatever this female is to this masculine, yeah, they may have found a clause within the contract that they may be able to maneuver, and this person's going to get cleaned out. I'm telling you, cleaned out. This karmic's going to come out with the upper hand, and it's because this masculine did not choose properly. And the thing is they were hoping to prolong the inevitable of having to face this. I think their spirit side knows what's coming, and they're not, whoever this masculine is not listening to their intuition. Hit him where it hurts, basically. If he loses all his money, he won't be able to drink. If he can't drink, he won't be missing the downloads anymore, and he'll be forced to awaken. If he loses all his money, he won't have any more money for cocaine. So he will have no other choice but to face the music. unrequited love. He'll also have to face the fact that he got married to somebody that only loved him for his money and walked away from somebody that may be different but loved him unconditionally. So he has to be made aware of the illusions he was under, and also be made aware of the unrealistic expectations and plans he had for his life and his arrogance. And yeah. On the bottom of the deck, moon in the reverse. Releasing fear, unveiling secrets. Yeah, it's more about unveiling the secrets of what's going on in the situation that they chose over you. Over the twin flame journey. They chose a karmic situation over a twin flame journey, and now they get to face the music about it. So, there are 4 of swords in the upright. Fear, anxiety, stress, feeling overwhelmed. Sounds about right. On the bottom, this is definitely a missed opportunity with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. For sure. And they're going to be made well aware of that. And it may be very quickly. Folding on their beliefs, giving in, giving up, admitting defeat, feeling vulnerable or overwhelmed. That's how Spirit is going to have to put this, what Spirit's going to have to do, and what the challenges Spirit's going to have to put in this person's path to get them to surrender. Because Spirit gave us, free will for a reason. And how we use it is basically the determination of where our soul is going to go. At the end, the thing is Spirit can still do things and put scenarios and challenges in the path to see where your loyalties lie. Childhood issues and sexual abuse, bad news, yeah. It all comes down and revolves around that. That's the big picture here, is this person has major childhood issues that needs to be faced. And if this person is forced into surrender, I'm telling you, it's basically like this person fears living out of their vehicle. It's like he watches all of these people on the social media living out of vans and RVs and all of that. And they're like, it's a fear of theirs, is the small space and the confinement and feeling like they're in prison in their own life and being forced into homelessness. Like, fears it big time. It's basically like Spirit's going to humble them. Like, say, for instance, this person says you're never going to amount to nothing. You're going to end up out on the street and on your behind. Like, what they wish for you is what they're, what they are going to end up getting. You're never going to amount to nothing. You're going to end up here. This is all you're ever going to be. Because you may have been in a hard spot at one point in your life. The thing is with that separation came your glow up, and that's never going to be in your sight again, where you came up from. You may have been couch surfing, you may have been, you may have been living in a van or an RV or something, or you may have lived in a small apartment, living in the ghetto just so you can keep a roof over your head, and they look down upon you because of what they grew up being raised like, you know what I'm saying, and their expectation of what the world is. And the thing is they may have judged you for that. They may have called you worthless. They may have called you trailer trash, or whatever it is that they said to you. The thing is that's where they're going to end up. And it's not going to be because they chose to. It's going to be because they have no other choice. Yep, and that's all going to be part of the humbling situation that's going to happen. Oh, what did I saw something. What are you? Ooh, the Ace of Cups in the upright. A new beginning for you is coming, collective, which means a new beginning for this person's coming, okay? One will be filled with love, balance, and harmony. The other will be filled with despair, anxiety, and depression. We have the High Priestess. Mystery, intuition, inner knowing, self-trust, spiritual insight, emotional stability, divinations, so on and so on and so on. The thing is because one of you chose to allow the awakening to happen and followed the path and got into your position of obedience and gratitude to Spirit, And you may have been opened up to gifts. You may be using those gifts to navigate this world to benefit yourself and lead you to love and happiness and fulfillment, getting that new beginning. Okay, it may have walked you through healing and dealing with childhood issues, whatever it was. The thing is a new beginning is coming for you, which means a new beginning for this other one isn't. This person is going to feel trapped and confined in their life. It's going to be living like their own personal hell, which is going to force this person to face the things that they have to face. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No more. Enough is enough. In this life, there are major things that need to happen. Somebody needs to do what they need to do. Somebody needs to get on board. Somebody needs to stop with the Seven of Swords energy, with the lies and the deceit and the trickery and the manipulation and the nonsense. Okay? There's the Seven of Cups. Multiple possibilities, opportunities, choosing and picking and choosing, and decisions and procrastination, dreaming, fantasy, illusion, wishful thinking, imagination, hallucinations, and meditation. Yeah, I want my options. I want to have my playthings. I want to do all of these things. Yeah, that's got to quit too. So this lies, the trickery, and all of that nonsense, all of the childishness, all of the baloney. That's one of you is it's like one is the dark side, one is the light side. You guys are twins. This is what's going to happen, and you guys are going to face what you need to face. And if whoever's walking in the light, if you completely heal without this person, the more you heal without them, the less they heal without you. The further away from the light they get, the closer you become. And if you guys could come into union, things could balance out and one soul could connect, and you could have, and we won't have a fallen angel here. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Look, collective. The number here is 10. It says, I ride the wave of life. Okay? You taking the peaks and valleys of this life, bobbing and weaving through these challenges, staying on the straight and narrow, doing what you're doing is bringing you good luck. Your destiny is being laid out for you. You have a chance here. You've had a chance to heal your karma. You've passed the challenges exceptionally well. You've done all of the things Spirit has laid forth a plan for you. You have not deviated from the plan. You have been staying straight and focused, dedicated, narrow. Your blinders are on. You are being driven and you are focused. You have compassion and love in your heart, and you are being open-minded, and you are trying your best. You're doing everything in your power to live up to your expectations to the best of your ability, lowering certain standards when it comes to certain things, but keeping your boundaries locked and loaded and keeping yourself secure in your beliefs. Okay, you are doing very well. You are going to continue to do well. The thing is sometimes things, it's all about the peaks and valleys. It's all about how you bob and weave, and how you look those challenges in the face and you throw a double at them, a little 1-2 knockout, a little like jab jab hook. You hit them with the left jab, and you come in with the right hook, and you lay them little nonsense things out. The more you do that, the more this person has to face their own peaks and valleys. And the thing is in this particular case, because you guys are not in union, one of you is going to be much stronger emotionally than the other, because one of you has taken the time to heal, and the other one's trying to avoid it. Okay? It says here, you cannot step into the same river twice. This person had their chance. They took their chance and they squandered it. You've seized this opportunity and you're trucking down that path, and you're being stronger than you ever knew you could be. Facing things that you never thought you could face and doing exceptionally well. Okay? Understand that it's not going to be easy. That does not mean you're being punished. That doesn't mean that you're facing towers or anything. It's meaning that there are things that you need to handle. There's things that Spirit needs to see how you're going to handle it. Are you going to bob and weave with grace, or are you going to trip and fall on your face? Like, it all depends. And and if you do trip and fall on your face, do you get up gracefully, or do you get up cussing and swearing like a sailor? Like, it all depends on how you handle it. When you do get up gracefully and walk away pleasantly with, a smile on your face, great. But if you get up swearing and cussing like a sailor, are you, do you ask for do you repent and ask for forgiveness? Or how do you handle it at that point? It all depends. Okay? And I think we know as spiritual beings well enough how that goes. So on the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups is in forecast for you guys. Underneath it all, a happy ever after is coming, even if it's only for one of you. At this point, the last chance of this cycle is coming for this twin flame union. It's coming, and it's coming in quick. It's coming in like the freight train, not the freight train, but the express train coming in at the end of rush hour traffic. It's the last train of the night, and like this is how you're getting home. Like this is your last chance. Once this train leaves the station, that's the end of it. Okay? If you miss that train, there's nothing. You can hang on to the side, but the first tunnel it goes through, you're going to be knocked off the side, and that's it. There's no sneaking on board once that train leaves the station. Okay? Collective, I feel like this is you. The Ten of Cups. Happy family. I see, what resembles a man and a woman. 2 little kids. Happiness. Praise. Worship. Gratitude. The beautiful rainbow of togetherness and happiness and equality and union and just love. Yeah, that's all going to be for you. It even states here marriage. Happily ever after with your perfect person, your perfect soulmate for this life cycle. And then you're going to be walking a path of pure white light with them. And that's the end of it. While this other person gets to sit there in despair, feeling the pain and the pressure of their karmic cycle and getting to watch you, because they're going to be staying stalking. They're going to stay stalking you and following you the best that they can to keep some kind of glimpse of hope in their heart. And maybe later on in life, before the end of their life cycle, they may get one chance to say goodbye and tell you how they really feel if they don't do it. And, when their last chance comes, they'll get to say goodbye to you, whether it be in a letter form or something, but they'll get to tell you all the things. I don't know. It may come in the form of a life insurance policy that was put in your name, collective, with the note that says you were always my everything, my first, my last, my everything. I love you for infinity. All of those beautiful sayings, yeah. And that's how they come clean to you, and that's how they were able to cleanse their soul, is writing it down to you, because that's the only way that they could confess their love. It's because they couldn't say it out loud, and it's devastating. But it is the way it is at this point. This person's going to do what they're going to do. So keep doing what you do, collective. All right, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides that have ascended, that have helped me through this reading. I love and appreciate you all. I close this reading. It is what it is. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're still here at 1 hour and 30 minutes, I appreciate your love and loyalty. Just keep focusing on you guys. Keep working on building yourself up and building building the lives up around you, in your community. Just keep building yourself up, working and focusing on you. And know Gigi loves you. Until next time, blessings. Bye.